Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Devon Brown here. Today I want to talk to you about levels of success in this internet marketing, make money online biz op game that we all play, right? If you're watching this video, it probably means you're in the internet marketing space in some way, shape, or form. And so what I want to do is I want to talk to you about levels of success. And the reason I want to talk to you about this today is because I had a really good call with a student of mine, and he's one of my top students. He lives over in the UK, and we were having a conversation, and he was a little concerned. He says, Devon, I'm seeing results, but given the size of my list, and given given how often I'm mailing them, the results aren't where I want them to be. I'm a little concerned about the results. And I had an interesting conversation with him about levels of success and achieving the next level of success and what it actually takes. And it was such an enlightening conversation that I decided to make this video to tell you what I told him. And I hope it has the same impact to you as it had on him and as it had on me, because sometimes teaching this stuff is the best way that I actually kind of internalize this and remember it for myself, because the same lessons that apply to you apply to me. All right, so here's what we've got. We've got a piece of paper. And at the bottom of this piece of paper, this first level of success is where you just have some kind of system or website set up, right? So that's step one. Do you even have a website or some kind of system set up? And at the top, we have 6 figures plus a year, right? So that's the journey, right? From basically my website is set up all the way up to it's making 6 figures a year. Now, along that journey, there are steps that we have to take, right? Levels that we have to attain. And the way this works is that the higher you get up this ladder, the fewer people actually make it, right? So you can have 100 people who start here or start actually below here, right? And by the time you get up here, you're only going to have one person left. And your job is to commit to being and decide that you're going to be and take the actions on a daily basis to get you up here, if this is your goal, right? To get you to the top. So here's how this works. The first thing is to get a system set up. The reality is that most people never get a system set up. They buy some book, they buy some training course, they're supposed to read it and get their system set up, but to get from zero to system setup, there are often some hurdles. You got to put up a website. You got to know something about, if you're not using a done-for-you system, then you've got to know something about, uploading or setting up your WordPress or setting up a sales funnel or whatever. And so right off the bat, 40 people don't even get their system set up. So right off the bat, 40 people have failed, right? Then the next goal, once we've got our system set up, even if the system is just a squeeze page to capture, email leads, the next thing is to get the first people on our email list. This is get the first people on your email list, right? And the reality is that, a whole bunch of people never even make it there. Some people have I have a site set up. Do you have anybody on your list? No. I give up. I'm moving to the next thing. All right, cool. You gave up, right? Next few people are down. Now, once you've gotten some people on your list, at first you're like, oh, this is exciting as shit, right? And then you're like, but I need a sale. So then the next level is you make your first sale. Well, there's a drop-off, right? There's a drop-off between the people who get people on their list and the people who make a sale. Not everybody who gets somebody on their list actually makes their first sale, right? So a few more people have dropped off from there. Now, once you've made your first sale, the next level that we got to get to is where you're making money kind of sporadically but not breaking even, right? When you get to the point where you're making money sporadically but not breaking even, you're at the point where growing your list and adding people to your list regularly is no big deal, right? So when you first add a couple people to your list, you're like, oh, I added people to my list. This is so exciting. But once you've done it a while, right, and adding people to your list is no big deal, you're like, I added some people to my list. And you don't even look at it anymore, right? Whereas before it was so exciting, now you're like, did I add people to my list today? I did. Of course I did. No big, all right? But the next level is going from making one sale to making sales sporadically. But you're not breaking even yet. And notice that I said you're not breaking even yet. Because this is where a lot of people are like, I'm making money, I'm not making money enough to break even. This isn't working. It is working, you just got to get to the next level, right? And the next level is the ability to, when you mail your list, send 100 clicks and make at least one sale whenever you mail. And this is where my particular student was at, where he's making money sporadically. He's making money on a regular basis, right? It's not uncommon for him to make sales, right? But he's not necessarily making as much as he'd like. He's not making enough to break even. I'm like, here's the problem. You need to get your list big enough so that every time you mail your list, you're sending at least 100 clicks. And he's at the point where he's sending between 30 and 50 clicks. I'm like, once you get to 100 clicks regularly, then you're dealing with a statistically large enough sample space that you're pretty much guaranteed, notice the quotes, to make the sale every time you mail. I said, so that's the next level you have to get to. And how many people fall off between making sales sporadically and getting to the point where they can send 100 clicks every time they mail, right? I said, and I told my students, I was like, I love you, don't you dare fall off. Because the fact that you've made it up this far already means that you're head and shoulders above 80% of the people have fallen off before they've even reached this level, okay? Next level after that is to where you're breaking even regularly, where every month you're breaking even on your ad spends, between your ad spends and whatever you spend and whatever you mail out to your list and whatever you're promoting, you're breaking even, right? Notice how far up the ladder breaking even comes. Doesn't come overnight, okay? It's just a reality. Then, next level is where you're making, let's say, a regular low 4 figures a month with occasional big wins. Devon, I'm making $1,000 a month. I'm making $1,500 a month. I'm making $2,000 a month, right? And every once in a while, I have a really good day where I'll pocket $500 or something, $500 a day or something. But those bigger wins come sporadically, right? Just like your initial sales came sporadically down here, the bigger wins in sales come sporadically up here while you're used to making low 4 figures a month. Next level up here, where you're making a full-time income. And the rule up here is once you're making a full-time income to replace your job, you've got to make sure that you're making that full-time income at least 3 to 6 months in a row before you even think about leaving your job. Okay, that's a mistake that I made, right? My monthly income was 0 and I was like, I'm leaving my job because I'm going to be rich. That was dumb. And then last but not least is this level up here, which maybe 1 out of 100 people make it to, is the 6 figures plus a year. Okay? So those are the levels. And so the purpose of this video is to explain to you how this looks and understand that each of these levels is going to take you growing as an entrepreneur. It's going to take you increasing your skill set and your mindset and you persevering and getting better and being consistent and having stick-to-itiveness until you get to that next level. All right, so that's what I want to leave you with today. This video is a little bit longer than I intended, but I hope it was helpful. Like this video if you like it. Comment on it if you have something to say. Share it if you found it useful. That's all I got. Talk to you soon. Have a